gwan, tarot and tea. Tea sippers, gwan, tarot and tea. Tea sippers, gwan, tarot and tea. Welcome, 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 tea sippers. Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to Wagwan Tarot and Tea, and today we are doing a full moon reading to find out what messages we need to find out on this full moon in June. So we've got group 1, group 2 and group 3, and I want you to just take a moment just to think about which number is resonating. And before we begin, I'm just going to do a quick opening. So I'm just going to ask, thank you to the spirits, thank you spirit guides, thank you to my guardian angels, and our ancestors, to the universe, and just wanting to give a little thanks before we open this reading for the Wagwan Tarot and Tea Collective, and just to help us to decide which number is resonating. Okay. Now, once you have picked your number, please see below for the timestamps for the appropriate number that you have chosen. And once you have chosen, please feel free to have a sip on some tea, a snack, just relax, just chill, and take the messages that resonate with you. And remember, pick and card readings are for entertainment only, but if there are any messages that resonate, please take them and see how you can use that to support your intuition, as well as support you on your spiritual development. Okay, so this is group 1. So let's have a look and see what's on the group 1. So we've got I love you, Taurus, I'm sorry, third party influence, soulmate, I'm in need of help, reconciliation, substance misuse, and high energy vibration. So from seeing the messages here, there seems to be some important kind of messages around connection, relationships. Possibly there is someone who may have the zodiac sign of Taurus. So I'm sensing there may be some issues with stability issues. Again, reconciliation. So there might have been some kind of breakup or separation. And this may have something to do with substance misuse and a third party influence. And we have here that someone is clearly sorry about what has happened. So there has been some issues here. And I'm sensing that on this full moon, that with reconciliation being one of the key cards, that it is looking at releasing this negative energy, releasing these energies that have kind of hindered a possible relationship, or has hindered a connection. So let's have a look at the tarot cards. What are the tarot cards that have been picked? So these are the tarot cards that came out. So we've got Hangman, we've got King of Cups. Oh, we've got Queen of Cups. So this is definitely saying that there's some kind of soulmate connection, and possibly with a Pisces, a Scorpio, or Cancer. And then we've got Knight of Wands. So there seems to be, from what I can gather from the cards, that there's some kind of connection, a soulmate connection, a connection that has kind of been severed by either some kind of emotional issues, issues where it has kind of impacted on the relationship. So let's have a look again. Let's pull out the other cards that came out. So we've got parental care, new career, family changes, seeking and finding. We've got light and love. So it says your purpose is to bring divine healing, light and love to this world. We've got an angel card here, oracle card, where it's from Archangel Jeremiah. It's about overcoming difficulties. So Archangel Jeremiah is asking that the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. And then there's also another oracle card about letting go of control issues. So allow this situation to unfold naturally. So for group one, this is telling us as a collective that may have been within the collective some issues where there has been some kind of difficulties with letting go, releasing, and it could be possibly with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups relationship, where there has been some issues, and it has resulted in this with the Hangman, where there's kind of needing some kind of clarity on how they can get through this, come together. And it's interesting that with the Knight of Wands, that there's still passion there. There's still wanting to change. There's still that connection of love. You know, seeing how with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups have, you know, the cup of love. There is the connection of wanting to come together so that they can have this reconciliation and overcome it. And I see that with this, there has been some issues, again, possibly with like addiction, struggling to kind of deal with maybe the issues that they have and wanting, and I'm feeling like with the Taurus, possibly maybe wanting to have some grounding. So possibly maybe some grounding work is needed, or a grounded meditation may really help with coming together. Now, with this one as well, it's also making you wonder if that with a new career, seeking and finding, whether it's also saying that there may be some changes needs to be had in this situation where you maybe what the things that was particularly where you was pursuing before may not have been in your best interest, or there may have been a third party influence that may have impacted on things and may have disrupted a union that you once had, and now you're wanting to seek it, how you can go back and kind of rekindle that connection. And it pairs that in terms of the life purpose card, that it says light and love. So that's it. What I'm getting from this is that you have to take the time, and whether it's that initiative, someone coming forward and being brave enough to really admit how they feel. Because the I love you card came out, as well as I am sorry. I am sorry. So there's clearly that, you know, the message is for group one that it's all about reconciliation. It's all about coming back and being the bigger person, or being the person big enough to recognize that they've done wrong and say sorry. And this can build this union, whether it could be a romantic union, it could be a friendship union, it could be, particularly I'm gathering, an issue with maybe particularly with family, especially with the Knight of Young Wands, who is a younger person, whether it could be also a relationship, a parental relationships, or a parental and adult child relationship where there has been some struggle, and it's really asking now for some kind of high vibrational energy where it's coming together to help to make that change, and also letting go of control issues. And that could be whether that's control issues coming from the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, or the Hangman. And it's really asking to take that initiative to come forward and really take that time to make forth with taking that initiative to really come forward and admit you've done your wrongs, but feeling okay with it. And again, with the full moon is all about release, letting go. And I think this is really telling of the message that the full moon in June wants to tell the collective. It's really about letting go of control issues, not feeling afraid to say that you're sorry, taking the time to even possibly look into whether there's some issues with family healing that needs to be taking time. And that's where I'm really getting from this, that this is very much that they may, in the collective, there may have been some issues with family, and it's really taking that time to really come together and really share how you feel. And it could be, again, with somebody where there is an issue, there is someone as a family member or family relative who is a Taurus, and there may have been some friction there, and it's really working out how you can come about healing, whether using meditations, using affirmations, to really kind of see how you can build that confidence to talk and express, and also look at ways of how you can just let go, using journaling techniques to say how you feel, express how you feel, but also expressing how you feel with the people involved, not feeling afraid to say sorry, being honest with how you feel. But then also, again, the soulmate connection is here. So as well as it could be in a parental relationship, this could also be maybe the possible issues with a soulmate and struggling to build or come together and really be honest with each other. And I think the full moon is really asking you now to be honest with each other, share how you feel, tell that person you love them. It could be possibly that you've struggled again with being open, being able to admit that you love, that it possibly that you may have different love languages and you may struggle on admitting or expressing your love for that person. And it's maybe using this time now to see how you can really get to know and understand one another, understand that the two of you may have particular ways of loving each other, and how you can both recognize that there may be things in your relationship that you need to work on, whether it's really coming forward and admitting that, when you are wrong, saying sorry when it's needed, really taking time to really learn and understand their initiative. And maybe necessarily there might not be let's say there might be in the collective a couple or that have water in their chart. However, it could also maybe apply to other signs, but maybe also just taking that time to recognize, you know, in my relationship, am I listening? Am I really taking that time to understand what's going on? Am I really taking that time to really appreciate my partner? Recognizing, am I projecting my own insecurities? Am I looking at things that I need to do? And it's again, seeking and finding. Am I looking at really exploring and getting to know my partner well? How can I go about letting go of my control issues? Am I bringing forth any issues that was in past relationships, and am I projecting it into my current relationship? Third party influence. Is there anyone that I am maybe, instead of going to my partner, I am listening to advice to other people, and that could be hindering the soulmate connection that I have with my partner? So I think the full moon is really asking us to really consider and let go of anything that is hindering us, that's no longer serving us. But so in regards to the soulmate relationship, but also new career has come up as one of the cards. And I think for the group 1 collective, for group 1, there could also be a message that maybe this is a time where you might have felt that you haven't been happy in the career that you were in. Oops, sorry, there was just a fly that went past me. But you might not have been happy in the career that you were in, and now you're wanting to take a sudden change with the Knight of Wands and the Hangman, and really just, you know, feel that you want your love, you want to love and enjoy what you're doing. And I feel like this might be also another message for the full moon. The full moon is probably telling us that if there is a job or if there is a passion for that you have, this is a good time to take that time to really look at what you want to do and really run with it, and it will be quite successful. And if it is something to do with healing, if it is something to do with something that you enjoy doing, whether it's a hobby, that's a hobby that you could turn into a business, that you could make it happen. And not to be afraid on doing it. And again, it's all about us overcoming difficulties. And I think the full moon is telling us, the message I'm getting from this, it's telling us it's great to take that time to overcome our hurdles. There may have been issues in the past, but now we're on a process where we can reconcile, we can make changes, that we can work on high vibrational energy so that we can achieve what we want. We can rekindle relationships, repair relationships, taking that initiative, taking that time to really recognize our wrongs, reflecting on what needs to be done so that we can build new relationships, strengthen relationships, whether they're new or old. So Group 1 Collective, I hope you've enjoyed your reading, and I hope the messages resonated, and see you on the next reading. Okay, bye for now. Okay, hi there Group 2. So let's begin with your reading, and we're going to just have a look and see what guided messages we have today. So we have here, I have a massive crush on you. I want to spend time with you. got family. Teach me how to love you. You are my dream. So I'm kind of already sensing there is some kind of unrequited love, or there might be some kind of like someone has feelings for somebody and it may not be reciprocal. So let's see what messages we have here. So we've got healer. Oh yes, we've got unrequited love. We've got an angel oracle. So we've got Archangel Camuel. I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So that's beloved one. And then we've got heavenly signs. We've got sentimental feelings. We've got relationship dynamics. So yes, there is clearly some issues regarding relationships. We've got adult children. Okay. And we've got Three of Swords. So there's definitely some heartache and some pain there. And we've got the Nine of Wands. We've got the Four of Wands. And we've got the Six of Cups. So what I'm sensing here, that the full moon is giving us quite a few messages here. And I feel like these messages are kind of regarding like relationships, issues with some relationships. With the Six of Cups, there could be like reminiscing on what was had before in a relationship, reminiscing on the relationships where they were the good old days, and thinking about what things were like before, and really wanting to have that again, or the kind of admiration of what the good old days looked like, and really wanting to kind of go back to something like that. But I can see that there is some pain here, and with the previous messages about I've got a massive crush on you, I want to spend time with you, whether it could be possibly a friend, whether there might be someone that really likes you and they've always liked you, and you might have really known that they liked you as well, but you haven't had that interest in them, you haven't possibly given them a chance, or you just never saw them as that type of person. You just always saw them as a friend that you could have around, that you can confide in and that you can talk to. And then maybe there might have been some times where you felt like, does this person really like me? Nah, I don't think so. They can't. Probably not. They probably don't like me. But if you actually took that time to really kind of sit back, you probably recognise that person has always was really fond of you, admired you, and maybe would always talk about things like, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Oh, do you remember when we used to do that? And then now looking back, you might go, oh my gosh, this person the whole time has really been in love with me or fond of me, and perhaps not feeling the same way as them. And it's like in your dream. So this person is clearly someone that really cares about you and sees you as someone that they really would like to spend time with. And I think it's maybe taking that time. If this message resonates, I think it's taking time to kind of really think, who could this person be? Do I know this person? Are they close to me? And is it something that I could see myself having a relationship with this person, or do I want it to just stay as friends? Or it could also be whether there might have been a recent breakup in a relationship and this person has come forward and really told you how they felt, and you just, at this moment, you don't feel that you are ready for this kind of relationship with the Nine of Wands, and you may want to just kind of take that time to really hold back on having any relationships, which then, I guess, will create that whole the Three of Swords, the unrequited love, because you may just not be ready for that, and enjoy their friendship, enjoy seeing that, that almost like family friendship, but that person may still have you as their Six of Cups, that you've always been there, and they really want to kind of take the relationship further, which is then causing relationship dynamics in the matter. So I think it's really big. If this message resonates, I think it's also taking that time to really be honest, really be truthful about your feelings and how you generally feel, so that that person is clear that as much as you've had lots of good times where you used to laugh and used to talk about what used to happen in the past, and it could be someone again who has water in their chart, so it could a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancerian, or again, taking that time to really recognize if this is something you wish to explore, or if just to being honest with that person, just to break it down, that as much as you appreciate them and that you do see them as somebody as close to you, it's that you're not ready for a relationship, or you don't not wish to take it further. But I think it's with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Wands, it's asking you to really be honest with your feelings, recognizing how you feel, and just being truthful about how you feel, and maybe having that one-to-one kind of sit down with this person, just if you're recognizing that there's maybe this person is trying to give me hints somewhere, or they're being really kind of like dwelling on the past and talking about things that you used to do, and you're just kind of thinking, okay, or giving you kind of hints that they like you. Maybe just that good time to kind of just think, maybe it's time that I need to have a sit down and just say how I feel, and just to be honest. If it's not something that you want, it's better you just be honest, so it doesn't kind of like go into blurred lines where it then leads to more heartache, more disappointment, because you're not at that stage. And it could be vice versa, where it could be where it could be you that actually like someone and feeling and not feeling the sense that it's mutual. Okay, so here let's go and look at the other cards that we have. So we've got some unrequited love. Yeah, and we've got healer. So we've kind of covered the unrequited love, but healer. So I feel like with the healer and the Four of Wands, I feel like there is some for group 2 as well, some messages that it seems like there's lots. This issue is kind of again about family. I'm getting lots of messages about family, and with adult children, that there could be some messages that there may be some time to heal, so, a good time to heal. And again, full moon is all about releasing, letting go of things that no longer serve us. But I feel like it's what I'm getting from this is that it's a good time to rebuild connections with. So for the collective that do have adult children, building those connections, and as well as kind of looking in the past, looking at the good old days. But I'm sensing there may have been some parents or some of the collective who have struggled with parents seeing them as now no longer as a child, but they're as an adult, and really respecting their values as an adult. And I think again, it's going back to having those kind of one-to-one conversations with your parents, really telling them how you feel. You know, as much as you want to kind of explore and look at, you know, what it was like for you as a child, you really want to take that time to say, you know what, mum, dad, this is me now, I'm an adult, and I really want you to kind of understand, you know, this is who I am now. And it could be like at the minute I'm getting, like, whether it's your sexuality, whether it's you've chosen a particular area or choice, you know, with the heavenly signs, I'm kind of getting like it's asking you to really trust your intuition, trust that you know, your own intuition, and looking for like key signs, whether it's like messages that people could have said to you, and it really resonates, or you angel numbers, or going with your gut, going with how you feel, and not being swirled or swayed by let's say like an elder. So in this, for instance, like your parents maybe always kind of wanting to please your parents, but now I think it's what I'm getting now, it's really asking you that you have to kind of really do what makes you happy, because if you continue to always try to get the approval from your parents, it can then result to you feeling disappointed in yourself, not feeling 100% with yourself. And I feel like that's where the Three of Swords comes in as well, that, you know, ultimately this is what you want the Four of Wands, you want that happiness, you know, that's the sign of the 1111. So that's you, and that probably also have a look out and see if you do notice 1111, or if you see 111 anywhere. It's those, again, about those heavenly signs that, you know, if you're doing good and it feels good, and you know you're not hurting anybody, your intentions are good. It's about you doing what makes you happy, feeling good in yourself, building that confidence in yourself, you know, so that you can express yourself, and not feeling like you have to people please, not feeling like you have to, in order to make others happy, you have to put your feelings and what you wish to do aside. Like, I think this is what the full moon is telling me, is the guided messages that I'm receiving for the Wagwan Tarot and Tea Collective, is that this is an important time to really take this time to reflect and really focus on what it is you want, what it is that you wish, what is it that you desire. Because again, with Archangel Camuel is saying that he's here, he's helping you. And I think it would be good also whether you can channel Archangel Camuel, even just maybe calling his name out three times, and just really connecting, or just asking, if you in that time where you feel like you need that extra confidence, just asking Archangel Camuel to kind of be present, to give you that courage, to support you. But yes, I'm really sensing with this reading that it's really kind of not being afraid to really say how you feel, express how you feel, whether it's parents, or it could be in a relationship where you may have struggled to kind of express how you feel, and it could be again because there might be some quite like a dominant person, or there could have been like a possible third party influence there, and you may have struggled to kind of meet in the middle to kind of basically say how you feel and feel confident in talking and feel confident in expressing yourself. And I feel like this is what it's telling me, that whether even just taking yourself on a course or reading a bit about just speaking and communication. I think this will be a good time. But I feel like with the Four of Wands being here, it's that there will be success in this. There will be joy. There will be, you know, good times ahead if you are willing to take those, to take the challenge of not being afraid, you know, and not being afraid to overcome sentimental feelings or feelings from the past, so that you can really kind of then say, right, I'm going to, you know, this is what I want. I want the Four of Wands. I want that victory. I want that success. I want happiness. I know that in order to get this, I really have to take the time to do what makes me happy, because regardless if I don't do what makes me happy, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna get, and I don't want this. So I know that I really have to take that opportunity, and whether it means that it might upset family, you know, it might upset family, this is what I want. This is what I want, and I know that I have to do it. And it's really about taking that time to really express yourself, really be confident in yourself, you know. Even if it's like looking at people that you admire, that kind of display those kind of skills, or exude confidence, so then you can then take on that confidence. And again, like I said, call on Archangel Camuel to help you, give you that confidence, so you can express yourself and feel confident as well. Okay. Now, again, I feel like this message as well with the healer, that whether it's that you could be possibly working in a medical profession, you could be a counsellor, or it could also be asking maybe to also seek this time to really heal in yourself, to overcome any difficulties or any hurdles that you may have faced or are currently facing. But I feel like it's also telling us that this is a good time as well to overcome the Three of Swords. So it's like that healing again, because we're taking that time to heal ourselves by really being honest with ourselves, and by being honest with ourselves, we are healing ourselves. We are healing wounds, and we're healing. Also getting rid of old cycles where you might feel like, okay, this seems to be a pattern that keeps reoccurring, where I kind of hold back how I feel in order to make others happy, which then leads to me feeling like this, feeling like I don't get my needs, or I don't feel like I'm listened to. And again, it could be the vice versa, where it might be the other person towards you feels that way. But I think it's the messages I'm getting. It's telling us that we really need to kind of reflect, really look into ourselves, trust our intuition, trust how we feel, and to be confident in how we feel, you know, because this is what ultimately we want to end. We want to end the Three of Swords, and we can do this by healing, by really admitting to how we feel, being confident in how we feel, and being confident to express it regardless of any sentimental feelings. And again, that's with the Six of Cups, you know, whether that's from family, whether that's from like friends, or you know, parents or anything like that. Yes, it may create some issues with relationship dynamics, but with the Four of Wands, this tells us that you will overcome, and it will lead to better things, better relationships. You know, ultimately, it also will show people that, on the Nine of Wands, you know, you are prepared to take that step to really defend yourself, and really kind of show that, you know, I'm in business here, you know. And you see with the Nine of Wands, you can see the little leaves all blossoming. That will be you. That will be you really blossoming, because you're taking that time to really kind of be defend your honor, defend your truth, defend how you feel. Okay, so we can get that 4-1s. Let's see what that 4-1s is. So we can get that 4-1s because that's what we want. We want that blossoming. We want that, you know, those apples on those trees, that growth. You know, whether you can share that connection with somebody else, and again, like I said, whether it's something to do with sexuality, you can share that. You can share your truth, and be prosperous in how you feel. And always remember as well, as a collective, that you have to show how you feel and to express how you feel. That's about being authentic, being your authentic self, and that's so important to us all. And you know, really recognizing that you've got to be honest with yourself, and regardless if it may cause some issues with the people around you or the people that you that are dear to you, but it's also recognizing that this is ultimately what we all want in life. You know, that 4-1s, happiness, you know, having joy in our lives, and it's really kind of recognizing what does happiness looks like to you, what does joy look like to you, and really just going forward, if that is what makes you happy, taking heed and being true to you. Okay, group 2, so I hope you enjoyed that reading, and see you on the next one. Okay, bye for now. Right, hi there, group 3. So let's read. So let's have a read and see what messages that we are getting from your cards today. Okay, so we've got self-sabotage. We've got let's grow together. We've got work-life balance. Okay, we've got emotionally imbalance. So there seems to be lots of kind of like possibly issues with work. Right, so we've got will you be my husband? Indecisive. Will you accept my love offer? So also some messages for love, regarding love. Anxious. So there's probably some anxiety going on there as well. Now we've got forgiveness, keep the faith, finances, getting to know each other, yep, sobriety, counselling, teaching and learning from the Angel Oracle cards. So we've got Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So we've got teaching and learning. So teaching and learning is quite important in this. And then for the tarot, we've got the Chariot, we've got the 8 of Swords, we've got the 4 of Pentacles, and we've got the Page of Wands. So let's start with the messages here. So with the self-sabotage, because there's quite a lot of messages here, I'm sensing that with this there may be a kind of like a love relationship where this person may have been working constantly, you know, with the 4 of Pentacles, really kind of just taking in their own time, really just wanting to build in their money, focus on themselves, you know, and that's created that kind of work-life imbalance, but essentially also kind of sabotaging the chance to really get to know somebody, which is then I would say also could have then hindered, you know, with the Chariot, because the Chariot is all about movement, hindering it from really building or kind of going further. And finances card is here. So there tends to be the issues with money, and really want to kind of like focus on building. And it could be someone that, within the collective, that someone really wants to focus on like building their empire, really focus on building, so that when they do meet, ultimately when they do meet their partner, that they will be fully secure, financially stable. Because with the pentacles, I'm sensing that's what this person is looking at. But then it's creating an imbalance in their life where, as much as that they're making money, they're not getting the chance to really enjoy it. They're not getting the chance to really explore their love connection, because they're not investing in that time, to really get to know one another, to really understand one another, to really kind of get to know, and it's sense that I'm getting also, whether it could be a married couple or a couple that have been together for a while, that counselling, with this kind of life purpose card, that the counselling could also be an area where, it could kind of explore and to kind of look into habits, look into maybe possible habits. Have there been cycles of these habits where you may have wanted, or the person in question that you have an interest with may have always wanted to have a serious relationship, but it always seems to kind of go where they don't know how to kind of build long-lasting relationships, because either work gets in the way. They might do quite a demanding work where they do really well, they can like go out and do things, but it's not like on a regular where you can feel that you can do things. And I feel like this is what this person wants. This person is seeing this person as a possible love interest where they can grow together, and it's like asking, will you accept my love offer, or will you be my husband? So it's I'm sensing whether this person is really wanting this love connection to form. They want it to develop. They want to strengthen this connection and really take that time to invest. And I think it's creating a kind of sense of anxiety. And that's what I'm sensing here, that with the Page of Wands as well, it's all about really is now taking that time, taking that initiative to really look into wanting to kind of see if this works, and really kind of come out of this Eight of Swords. And this Eight of Swords is really kind of that anxiety kind of feeling, not really sure what's going on, maybe even possibly being in denial, not wanting to really, feeling trapped and feeling not like you're not sure what to do. But I feel like this is like that opportunity where it's like taking that time to kind of look into doing maybe some counselling or some meditation yourself, to really look at how you can overcome, that feeling of feeling trapped and feeling like you're not sure what you can do, so that the Chariot, movement can happen, changes can happen, whether it's like forgiveness, being able to talk and communicate with one another and really talk about how you feel. But I feel like also with sobriety here that it's also kind of like taking that time to really look into being honest with one another. If there's kind of been like some issues in the past, or dealing with things, or again with the work-life imbalance, not really kind of like self-sabotaging behaviour that may have kind of hindered the relationship. And it's really it's really asking to kind of like keep the faith, and really take that time to really work together, so that you can overcome kind of like these kind of like low energy kind of behavior. So, that indecisiveness, that not sure what's going on, that kind of stressful behavior where you feel like this relationship is not really going anywhere. It just kind of seems to be just focused on finances and not really taking that time to really enjoy life and enjoy the money that you're making. And I feel like with the full moon, it's telling us it's time to let go of these things. It's time to let go of these things that are not serving us, because there may be someone of a love interest that really admires you and really wants you to kind of take that time to be honest with each other. Tell them how you feel. So movement can come forward, so that change can happen, so that you can have that honesty, so you can grow. This person wants to spend time with you. So this tells me that this person is wanting this, with the Page of Wands again. This person, it could be possibly someone who's younger, who's wanting to have a relationship with maybe a more mature person who may be in a kind of a position of quite a high, maybe paid position, and really just wanting to kind of be more than, or vice versa, but again, be more than just hanging out now and then, whenever, and really be kind of official, really be like, I want to spend time, I want to be married, I want to enjoy life, but I not just kind of on a casual. I really want to kind of enjoy life with a life partner and have a life companion. And I feel like with this, will you be my husband? It's really asking now, this person really has to come out of this kind of, I enjoy making money and really working, and it's kind of resulting to me kind of self-sabotaging my love life because I'm not always around, and this can make the other person feel anxious because they're not sure what's going on. There's lots of indecisiveness, it's like maybe one day, we've planned a date night, thinking, it's all going ahead, and then, work life comes into the matter and breaks everything down. So I think it's really asking us to, if we're in a situation or in a relationship where it does feel that your partner or yourself perhaps is really taking that time to really just focus on work, and you're just all about your goals and really getting where you want to be. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also recognizing that, life is to live, and life isn't just about working, it's about enjoying, the little things, where, spending time with people that you love, spending time with people that care about you, and, having a laugh, having a good meal, really appreciating the little things around us. Because at the end of the day, as much as we may like to make money, we can't take this with us. We can't take money with us. Money is essentially just energy that flows. And I think it's about not just thinking, I'm holding on it, I'm going to hold on to it tight, and just focus on building more and growing more and making the bank account stack and stack and stack. It's really about really enjoying life and taking that time to enjoy life, so that movement can take place, because again, it will make you stagnant again, and that's where the self-sabotage is coming, because it will make you stagnant. And I feel like with the Archangel card, Zadkiel, it's calling Zadkiel to kind of help in this situation. And again, it's like with learning new ideas. I think this will also help to kind of whether we've been in a cycle or kind of an area where we feel like, oh, we're not sure how to go about doing something because I've been doing it this way all the time, or it might be someone who's quite methodical and this is all they know. It's kind of, again, with the counselling, taking that time to really see how you can work around creating new healthy habits with routines, if possible even work, whether it's, you know, taking that time to say, you know, I'm going to enjoy an hour lunch, or I'm going to do some morning affirmations, plan my day ahead so that I'm, and also being, you know, working out on that indecisiveness, really being decisive. So if let's say you've got a date night and you're with your partner or with your friends or vice versa, you are actually taking that time to go out and say 7 o'clock is my cut off. I don't work past 7 o'clock, for example, and I'm gonna go and meet my friends. I'm gonna go and make that time with my partner. I'm gonna go and have my date night and really enjoy that. And I think that by taking that will all help to overcome again with the Chariot card. It really helps to overcome those feelings of indecisiveness, but also create that balance, because again, look at that, balancing. It's all about balance, and right now the balance it's very kind of off, especially with the hair, with the Four of Pentacles. It's kind of, the balance is off at the minute, and it's wanting to really kind of focus that energy. So, but it's asking you to keep that faith, and I think by really taking that time to really recognize that, whether it's yourself who might be struggling with work-life balance or just maybe just struggling with just routines in general, and it may just feel like you're stuck in a rut or the rat race of just, you know, eat, sleep, work and then repeat. Really taking that time to look into your habits, look into your routines, and looking at how you can change or adapt things in your everyday or your work day, or whether you're studying or you're working, to look at ways that how you can really create more me time for yourself, and also creating healthy boundaries for yourself. I feel like this is all about creating healthy boundaries, recognizing that, you know, if your work-life balance is off, that there's some issues with boundaries, and creating healthy boundaries for yourself. You know, coming out of the Eight of Swords, no longer feeling trapped by your routine or by your habits, letting go of things that don't serve you, letting go of things that don't help you, letting go of that self-sabotage behavior where you're investing more time in external factors than in yourself. You know, yes, work is important. Yes, you know, building a career is important. Yes, having a job is important. But ultimately, looking after yourself, looking after your health is just as important. Not just exploring what money can do for you, but also looking at what you can do for yourself, whether that's taking an extra night's rest, you know, maybe sleeping, going to bed an hour or 2 hours earlier before, eating healthily, looking after yourself. Again, taking that time to invest in getting to know your loved ones, getting to rekindle your love relationships, taking that time to really be thankful, show that gratitude to people that are around you, and I think it will definitely help to kind of overcome those behaviours of being indecisiveness and really kind of putting work before everything. because again, that can really hinder your relationship. And I love how these two messages came together as like, let's grow together, but getting to know one another. And I think ultimately the full moon is really asking you, asking group 3 as a collective to really take that time to really just stop, and just to unwind and just to enjoy, just to have fun. Let your hair down, you know, get some tea, start tea sipping. You hear me? You got to just relax and just to unwind and just lay back and go, you know what? Yeah, I've been stuck in a rut. I've been just going on the rat race, just constantly every day, and not really taking that time to always busy, always going like, yeah, sorry, I can't, like missing out on everything. And you've got to think, if you're missing out on everything, you're not taking that time to really enjoy life. Book a holiday, go to that party, you know, buy that dress, or buy that outfit, buy that suit, buy that shirt, buy those shoes. Go out or with your mates. Like, you need to take those time to really enjoy yourself and really get to know the people that are around you, you know, not just kind of building connections and just saying, oh, well, I've known them for ages and yeah, they should be fine. No, take that time to pick up that phone, you know, give them a call, find out how they're getting on. And again, if it's someone that you've got a relationship with, you know, be honest. Do you want this relationship? Do you want to get to know them? Because they clearly want to get to know you. Or it's if it's vice versa, it's the other way around. Someone wants to know you. Someone wants to enjoy those, you know, enjoy a relationship with you. They see you as a life partner. They see you as someone that they can marry. They see you as someone that they can have a long-term committed relationship with. And ultimately, they can see that you are someone, you know, that is looking for security, looking for stability. And they want that too. But they want to see that you can have this with balancing this. And I feel like you can do it if you're willing to take that time to, to be honest, to recognize, to reflect, and to see that you do need to unwind, that you do need to relax, that you do need to take that time. And whether it's book some annual leave or book some time off, that you can just rest and that you can just get your thoughts back together. You know, possibly might even make you realise that you might want to do other things as well. But really taking that time so that you can enjoy your partner, or you can enjoy having time with your family and with your friends, and just really letting go, not having to worry about work, or feeling anxious, or feeling like you've always got to have a plan, or feel that you've always got to have a structured routine, which then can leave you feeling like you don't have time for anything else. But just let go, just kind of let go of that wheel a bit, in essence of just feeling like you've got to always have your hands on controlling what you need to do every day, and fit in who you need to see. Like, just take some time off where possible and just really get to know, you know, have some lie-ins, just relax. I'd recommend like having a kind of like a meditation where you can just let go, and just to relax, or to a grounding kind of meditation where you can have some grass, like just where you can maybe just put your feet in some grass just to feel grounded, and just to kind of say to yourself, you know, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I'm grounded, and blessings come to me in messages, in guidance and things that people say that helps me to stay grounded, that helps me to stay connected. And really kind of just taking that time to just, get yourself together and just really taking yourself away from always feeling like you need to be on top of everything, and just relaxing. And I feel like this is what full moon is asking you as a collective group 3 to do, just really taking that time to recognize, there might have been people that have kind of noticed that you have been working really hard and not really taking that time to invest in yourself. And I feel like this, with the messages that we've got here, it's really telling us that whether it's even getting to know each other, getting to know you, really getting to know yourself, really getting to recognize, your strengths and your weaknesses, and possibly that strength and weakness is like not always being able to balance. And it's asking you to really take that time to recognize that that might be an issue that you may have, and how you can work about it. It's like just taking that time, taking some time for yourself and really relaxing. And also, if you've got a partner, if there is a romantic connection, taking that time to spend that time with your partner, getting to know one another, loving on one another, really getting to enjoy one another's company. And if it's family, again, and friends, taking that time to just spend that time with family and friends, it's valuable time, and it makes you feel good, they feel good. So I think for the group 3, it's definitely about taking that time to really enjoy your time and not always thinking about work. So I hope you enjoyed the message, and I'll see you next time for the next reading. Okay, bye for now. Thanks for watching, tea sippers, and see you again soon on Wagwan Tarot and Tea.